In this video, what we would like to do is basically go over the Codepen interface. Codepen is our choice for the joy of CSS because of its ease of use, embeddability into the curriculum itself, and it's completely free. There are a lot of pro features which I take advantage of in order to basically create private Codepens, manage a lot of collections, and basically have unlimited storage. But let's go over the basic features that you'll be using with Codepen. We're going to start with how to create a new pen. So up in the top right, you can click on your avatar and click on New Pen. Now, your view is probably going to look a little different than the view that I have. And that's because the default view is actually to have the editors along the top of the screen. You can see that by clicking on Change View and looking at the three different layouts. Now this view is great when you're first starting. You can write a little bit of HTML, a little bit of CSS, and even a little bit of JavaScript. However, once you start writing a lot of code, this becomes a little unwieldy, scrolling up and down throughout all of these documents. Yes, you can increase the size of the editors, but that doesn't really help with the vertical scrolling within the editor itself. It also doesn't help that in this default view, you don't see much of the output from your code editors. So that's why I really like this side view. I also like this when it comes to testing content on mobile devices, because I can size up my editor windows to create a smaller browser area or rendering area to accurately reflect what working on a mobile device will look like. Now, I know what you're thinking, but you have the same problem with the size of these editors. Except now when I resize editors and only show specific editors, there's a lot more vertical space for my code. If I need more horizontal space, I can easily make that. And I don't lose a lot as far as the render area. So this is honestly my favorite view. Now if I want to save this pen, all I have to do is give it a name, Codepen intro, hit enter, and then click save. Now this pen has saved, and I will be able to come back to this pen at a later time by going up and going to my dashboard where all of my pens are listed. So I can come back into that pen at a later time. Across the top here, I have the ability to like pens. This is helpful when you're looking at others' code. I can save my changes, which will, of course, automatically be saved as I'm typing. I can fork or make my own copy of someone else's code. This is also helpful to give yourself a starting point, and then you make forks or copies to make new pens. And of course, I can change some settings about a pen, change how the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and overall behavior of the pen works. Of course, change the view as we talked about, but we can also go into other views, like a details view, or a full page view. This is really helpful when you want to share the result of your code with your friends and family and coworkers. This concludes our intro to Codepen for what we need right now. As we utilize additional features throughout the course, we will introduce new aspects of Codepen, especially when we go into some of the more adventurous settings of the CSS editor.